Hey, well, I guess I'm on there now. So, hello everyone. If you could just put my slide on. Awesome. So, yeah, I'll be talking about monitoring people, hopefully not in a creepy way. I'm Erik. I'm a developer at an awesome company called Salto. Before I started my epic adventure at Salto, I used to be a manager for a couple of years. So now currently I'm an IC. I don't do any managing at all except raid leading every now and then in World of Warcraft. But I'll try to show this talk with the perspective both as an IC and as a manager. And let's dive into it. I'm going to talk about an engineering approach to understanding human KPIs. We're very proficient with how we're monitoring production, right? We're doing top-bottom monitoring. We're having very clear KPIs which indicate the actual business value of what we're doing. We have metrics supporting those KPIs, but they are defined as metrics. For example, if we have a metric on 100% CPU and we're getting alerts from those, that might be interesting, but as long as no customer is being impacted by that, that's just noise, right? We're fine within our main KPI. However, with humans, it's a bit harder because it's really difficult to try to measure human beings. How do you even measure a successful employee? How can I measure myself as a good employee? Is it the amount of Jira tickets that I just eat through? Is it the amount of merges or deploys that I'm doing, whether they're successful or not? Is it the amazing lines of code that I'm just shooting out? Is it my ability to do 100% test coverage, or just how much do you hear me in meetings? Well, all of those might be metrics for some companies, but they're really hard to say that they are really pointing to a true KPI that is showing that I'm giving an impactful value on the business, right? For example, Jira tickets, I can, be amazing in a sprint and do a trillion Jira tickets, but those might not have any impact on what's really important right now. So that might be just noise. It's not really a KPI. So can you really have KPI for humans? Well, to have KPIs, you need to understand what drives humans and what makes humans work better. There are a lot of good resources about how happy humans make amazing impact, but this is a very short Ignite, so I can't share them all. But you'll have to trust me on this, that happy people are more loyal, they will invest more hours, they will care more, and they will do things better, be more professional if they're happy at your company. So knowing that, how can we make people happy? How can I ensure as an employee that I'm happy at the company that I work for? Well, it starts with having the gist of why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, right? And how what I'm doing right now is impacting the business. It's actually giving value. It follows up with being able to take ownership. If I have a certain level of freedom that allow me to step up, take responsibility, and have ownership of something, I will care more about it. I will be more proficient. I will share knowledge about it, etc., etc. In addition, every human being wants to be a part of something. The more I know about other people's efforts, whether it's wins or pain, that will be better for me. I can perhaps offer to help if it's something I know about, or learn for somebody else. And if there's something I want you to remember from this talk is you can allow people to give value by letting them feel valuable. It's very simple. You do continuous feedback and you have a culture of nurturing, of making people learn from mistakes instead of being afraid of mistakes, because then they will just cover up mistakes and make worse ones. So I'm an engineer, right? Show me the dashboard for all this. Show me the metrics. I want to get alerts if I'm not happy or not performing right, right? Well, it's not that easy because every person is a snowflake, right? As a manager, you need to talk to your people. As an employee, I need to define my own personal KPIs to do things correct way. How can I do that? Well, it starts with having very clear goals. For example, for the next quarter, I want to lead a feature from design to production. I want to work in a tech stack that I'm not necessarily comfortable in. And you should follow up with that clear goal, that KPI, with very clear metrics. Those should always start halfway. They should never only be in the end. Like, for instance, if I want to lead a feature, I want to gather information for all the stakeholders for what is needed. I want to coordinate different resources, if it's teams, etc. Check all those check marks while you're going through this to make sure you're on the correct course. And just as in production, it doesn't end when you finish your deploy, right? You need to measure over time that this KPI, this clear goal that you've defined, it does business impact, and it actually customers are using it, and so forth. So since this is a very short Ignite, and I jumped on a little early, I got to summarize this really quick. Humans can have KPIs and they should have them. It's really hard to do that because there's no single template that works for everyone, but it's worth it. Having happy employees, having employees with clear KPIs will make them work much more in a fun environment and be more impactful. Surprisingly, we're hiring at Salto. You can check out the careers link. My guild in World of Warcraft called Lazy Peons is also recruiting. If you want to DM me in Twitter, Discord, whatever is comfortable, you're fine to doing that as well. That's it. I've been Erik, and I hope you enjoyed this talk.
Awesome. Thank you, Erik. Definitely learning from our own experience is quite important. Learning from our own metrics is quite important. So thank you very much for that.